30 Black Celebrities Who Are Best Friends. Today, we're diving into the heartwarming side of fame with 30 black celebrities who are best friends. From childhood bonds to decades-long ride-or-die relationships, these iconic duos and trios prove that real friendship can thrive even under the brightest lights. Get ready for laughter, loyalty, and a celebration of the powerful connections that define black excellence. Let's get into it. Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. When it comes to comedic duos with staying power, few rival the legendary bond between Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. Their friendship isn't just one of Hollywood's longest running, it's one of its most authentic. Spanning more than 3 decades, their connection was forged in the grind of stand-up comedy clubs and sharpened under the spotlight of national tours and blockbuster films. But what makes their dynamic so magnetic is not just the laughs they share, it's the loyalty that has never wavered. Whether cracking each other up on The Steve Harvey Show, co-starring in the original Kings of Comedy, or making spontaneous appearances on stage and screen, Steve and Cedric have always been more than collaborators. They're like family, brothers from another mother, as fans affectionately call them. Through triumphs and setbacks, they've stood by one another, showing a level of support that transcends showbiz. What sets their bond apart is its depth. Off-camera, they've navigated life's highs and lows side by side, offering advice, solidarity, and the kind of real talk that only true friends can give. There's an ease between them, a rhythm, that doesn't just come from sharing the stage, but from sharing values, experiences, and mutual respect. In an industry often fueled by competition and ego, Steve and Cedric have built something far more enduring, a friendship rooted in humility, humor, and heart. Together, they don't just represent black excellence in entertainment, they embody the power of genuine connection. Watching them is a masterclass in chemistry, but knowing their story is a lesson in brotherhood. Rihanna and Melissa Ford. Before the Grammys, the fashion empire, and the global superstardom, there was Rihanna and Melissa Ford, 2 girls from Barbados who built a bond the world couldn't break. Their friendship didn't form in the glow of fame but was rooted in shared childhood memories, neighborhood adventures, and the quiet understanding that comes from growing up side by side. That authenticity still defines their relationship today. Melissa isn't just Rihanna's best friend, she's her chosen sister. From the moment Rihanna burst onto the global stage, Melissa has been right there, not as a background figure, but as a steady presence who's witnessed every high and every low. Whether it's sitting front row at Fashion Week, chilling backstage at a concert, or traveling the world together, they move in sync, unapologetically loyal, unshakably bonded. What makes their friendship stand out is its unwavering nature in an industry where relationships are often fleeting. Rihanna, known for her fierce independence, has never hesitated to spotlight Melissa in her life, not just as a confidant, but as someone who's played a vital role in her journey. Melissa isn't just part of Rihanna's entourage, she's part of the foundation. There's something incredibly grounding about their dynamic. In a world where fame can isolate, Melissa has remained Rihanna's anchor, a reminder of who she is and where she came from. And Rihanna, in turn, uplifts Melissa with the same energy. Together, they prove that real friendship doesn't fade under the flash of paparazzi cameras. It deepens. It strengthens. And in their case, it shines just as brightly as any diamond. Jada Pinkett Smith and MC Lyte. In an industry that often celebrates the new and forgets the loyal, the friendship between Jada Pinkett Smith and MC Lyte is a rare and powerful constant. These 2 fierce women first crossed paths as teenagers, and what started as mutual respect quickly blossomed into an unbreakable sisterhood. Decades later, they're still standing strong, not just side by side, but soul to soul. MC Lyte, a trailblazing rapper with razor-sharp lyrics and timeless poise, and Jada, an actress known for her emotional depth and fearless honesty, may walk different creative paths, but their hearts have always been aligned. Through marriages, motherhood, career pivots, and personal growth, they've leaned on one another in ways that go far beyond what the public sees. In 2019, Jada publicly honored Lyte with a heartfelt message that summed up their bond: "You have loved me through and through." It wasn't just a shout-out, it was a glimpse into the emotional sanctuary they've built together, one rooted in trust, truth, and unwavering loyalty. Their connection isn't defined by red carpet appearances or social media posts. It's the kind of friendship that thrives in quiet moments, phone calls at midnight, a knowing glance during tough times, and the comfort of someone who has always seen you for who you truly are. In a world full of curated images and fleeting fame, Jada and Light represent something beautifully raw and enduring. Together, they remind us that when you find a real one, the kind of friend who champions your growth and stands by your scars, you hold on. And you grow stronger, together. Naturi Naughton and Teyonah Parris and Danielle Brooks. In a world where true friendship often gets lost in the spotlight, Naturi Naughton, Teyonah Parris, and Danielle Brooks shine as a radiant trio of sisterhood, solidarity, and shared growth. These three powerhouse actresses, each commanding in her own right, have built a bond that runs deeper than red carpets or Hollywood glitz. Together, they represent a new kind of friendship, rooted in love, laughter, and lifting each other up. What makes their connection extraordinary is how organically it evolved. Over the years, they've supported one another through personal milestones, celebrated each other's wins, and provided comfort during life's toughest chapters. From surprise birthday trips to heart-to-heart conversations that never make the headlines, Naturi, Teyonah, and Danielle have shown what it truly means to be each other's tribe. Their friendship isn't exclusive, it's expansive. It includes their spouses, their families, and their dreams. When Naturi celebrated her 40th birthday, the group took a memorable trip that wasn't just about travel, it was a testament to the bonds they've built across both career and life. It's rare to see a friendship that seamlessly blends deep sisterhood with a whole community vibe, but this trio makes it look effortless. Individually, they're forces, on stage, on screen, and in their communities. But together, they are a movement. They represent Black excellence not just in talent, but in the way they nurture and protect one another. In a world that often pits women against each other, Naturi, Teyonah, and Danielle prove that success is sweeter and more powerful when shared. Ciara and Lala Anthony. Ciara and Lala Anthony are the kind of best friends who radiate power, warmth, and effortless cool wherever they go. Their friendship isn't just about red carpets and Instagram-worthy moments, it's a real, ride-or-die bond built on years of unwavering support and genuine love. From TikTok dance-offs to heartfelt birthday tributes, their connection is as joyful as it is deep. Ciara once described Lala as a boss and a blessing in her life, and that sentiment flows both ways. Whether it's cheering each other on during major career wins or showing up during personal storms, these two have proven time and again that their sisterhood is the real deal. What makes Ciara and Lala's bond so powerful is how grounded it is. They're both strong, driven women who've faced the pressures of fame, motherhood, and reinvention, but they never let those challenges get in the way of their friendship. Instead, they've leaned into each other, finding comfort, laughter, and strength in one another's presence. Their friendship is also refreshingly public without ever feeling performative. Fans don't just admire their style or celebrity, they admire how they show up for each other, time after time. Whether it's a quiet girls' night in or front-row appearances at major events, Ciara and Lala are always in sync, always showing love, always real. Together, they embody the kind of friendship every woman deserves, loyal, empowering, and filled with moments that feel like home, no matter how bright the spotlight shines. Brandy and Jasmine Sullivan. When two vocal powerhouses like Brandy and Jasmine Sullivan form a friendship, it's not just music, it's magic. What makes their bond so special isn't just the way their voices blend, but the way their spirits align. These two R&B queens have created a connection built on mutual admiration, zero competition, and a shared love for the craft that elevated them both. Brandy, with her signature vocal runs and decades of influence, has long been an icon. Jasmine, with her soul-stirring storytelling and vocal firepower, is one of the most respected voices of her generation. But instead of standing on separate pedestals, these women chose to stand beside each other. Their friendship is grounded in authenticity, filled with laughter, and amplified by genuine encouragement. Fans got a glimpse into their dynamic during a viral moment where the two casually sang together in a hotel room. No stage, no spotlight, just pure talent and joy. It wasn't just a duet, it was a celebration of trust and sisterhood, a window into the kind of connection that doesn't need a mic to be powerful. In an industry that often pits women against each other, Brandy and Jasmine offer something far more meaningful: friendship without pretense, collaboration without ego. They cheer for each other's wins like they're their own, and that kind of love resonates beyond the music. Together, they remind us that real friends don't just harmonize, they help each other soar. Regina Hall and Sanaa Lathan. Regina Hall and Sanaa Lathan aren't just two of the most talented women in Hollywood, they're two of the realest, and their decades-long friendship is proof that true connection can thrive even in the most competitive environments. Meeting early in their careers, Regina and Sanaa quickly discovered a rare kind of bond, one rooted in shared ambition, deep respect, and a refreshing lack of ego. While they've undoubtedly gone up for the same roles over the years, competition never came between them. Instead, they've chosen to lift each other up, celebrate each other's wins, and hold space during the losses. Their friendship is marked by balance, Regina's comedic timing and grounded wisdom, Sanaa's elegance and emotional depth. Together, they've weathered the highs and lows of fame with grace, always remaining each other's safe space. In a past interview, Sanaa spoke glowingly about Regina's versatility and heart, calling her both a phenomenal actress and an incredible friend. The feeling is mutual, and it shows. Off-camera, their connection is just as strong. Whether it's private getaways, heartfelt birthday messages, or simply showing up for one another through life's changes, Regina and Sanaa have proven that their bond isn't just for the cameras, it's for life. They're a reminder that in an industry where friendships can be fleeting, some grow stronger with time. Regina and Sanaa exemplify what happens when two brilliant women root for each other, love each other, and walk through life as sisters, not rivals. Redman and Method Man. Redman and Method Man are more than just hip-hop collaborators. They're a living, breathing example of what brotherhood looks like when it's built on mutual respect, shared grind, and pure, unfiltered loyalty. These two rap legends didn't just meet at the top, they built their legacy side by side, brick by brick, rhyme by rhyme. Their friendship kicked off in the golden era of 90s hip-hop, and it's been solid ever since. Redman has often recalled hearing Method Man's verse on Wu-Tang's Protect Ya Neck and instantly knowing Meth was something different. But instead of just being a fan, Redman wanted to be family. That energy sparked one of the most iconic duos in rap history. From classic albums like Blackout, to unforgettable performances on stage and screen, How High, Anyone, their chemistry is undeniable. But what truly sets them apart is the way they've stuck together, not because it benefits their brand, but because they genuinely ride for each other. There's no Hollywood gloss on their friendship, it's raw, real, and rooted in loyalty. Even after decades in the spotlight, they haven't let fame change the foundation of their bond. Their banter, their brotherhood, and their belief in each other remain as strong as ever. Whether trading verses or sharing the mic in front of thousands, Red and Meth show us that when you find someone who respects your hustle and knows your heart, you don't let that go. In a genre built on authenticity, these two are the blueprint for longevity, loyalty, and legendary friendship. Drake and Odell Beckham Jr. When a rap superstar and an NFL phenom form a bond, it's easy to assume it's just for the cameras. But with Drake and Odell Beckham Jr., the friendship is as real behind closed doors as it is in the spotlight. These two icons from completely different arenas have built a brotherhood rooted in trust, loyalty, and shared ambition, one that stood strong despite the glare of fame. Their connection began in the mid-2010s and quickly deepened. In 2016, Odell even moved into Drake's house while the rapper was recording his now classic album Views. That wasn't a publicity stunt, it was a sign of how tight their friendship had become. When one of the world's biggest musicians invites you to live with him during a pivotal moment in his career, that's more than just a bromance, it's family. And the love is mutual. Odell has appeared in Drake's Laugh Now Cry Later video, and the two are often spotted courtside, partying, or vacationing together. But beneath the glam, there's a quiet loyalty between them. They understand the pressures of being in the public eye, the toll of expectation, and the need for real ones in your circle. Their friendship also reflects a newer kind of masculinity in pop culture, one that allows for vulnerability, support, and true emotional connection between men. Drake and Odell aren't just boys who hang out, they're brothers who've chosen each other amid chaos, spotlight, and success. In a world where friendships are often filtered and transactional, theirs is refreshingly genuine, and that's exactly why it resonates. Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige. Some friendships are forged in fame, but the bond between Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige goes far deeper, rooted in trust, loyalty, and sisterhood that has endured decades of personal and professional evolution. Together, they've not only shaped style and sound but redefined what it means to show up for someone, consistently, and without conditions. Misa Hilton, one of hip-hop's most iconic stylists, helped craft Mary's signature street glam look in the 90s, a blend of raw edge and royal elegance that became just as influential as her voice. But their relationship wasn't built on image alone. Behind the style was substance, the late-night calls, the shared tears, and the unwavering presence through heartbreaks and triumphs. Their bond is so strong, it crosses generations. Mary is the godmother to Misa's son, Justin Combs. That's family. And through all the highs and lows of fame, including public breakups and career reinventions, Misa has been a rock for Mary. Likewise, Mary has championed Misa through her own journey as a creative, a mother, and a pioneer in fashion. In an industry where people come and go, Misa and Mary's connection stands out as a beacon of loyalty. There's no need for spectacle, their friendship is built on quiet strength and shared experience. Whether it's styling a look or offering spiritual support, these two women have always had each other's backs. Together, they prove that behind every powerful woman is often another powerful woman holding her steady, and looking fabulous doing it. Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland. Some friendships are chosen, but Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland were woven together by fate. From their early days growing up under the same roof to becoming global superstars as part of Destiny's Child, their relationship has never wavered, it's only deepened with time. More than just best friends, they're sisters in every sense of the word. Their journey began in Houston, where Kelly moved in with Beyoncé's family as a young girl. The two trained, dreamed, and rose to fame together, navigating the highs and heartbreaks of the music industry side by side. But even as Beyoncé's solo star soared, her bond with Kelly remained grounded, sacred, and strong. In a 2004 interview, Beyoncé described their connection as indescribable, a word that perfectly captures a relationship built on trust, shared history, and an unspoken understanding. Whether performing together on stage or embracing in quiet moments away from the cameras, their love for each other is unmistakable. Over the years, they've been each other's biggest cheerleaders. Beyoncé has never missed a chance to publicly praise Kelly's talent and resilience, while Kelly has been there through Beyoncé's most personal milestones. Their bond was on full display when Beyoncé unexpectedly brought Kelly and Michelle Williams on stage during her Coachella set, a surprise that felt more like a family reunion than a performance. In an industry where friendships are often fleeting, Beyoncé and Kelly remind us what lifelong sisterhood looks like. Through fame, motherhood, evolution, and everything in between, they've held on to each other. Because for them, it was never just about the music, it was always about the love. Christina Milian and Karrueche Tran. In a world where friendships can feel more like photo ops than real bonds, Christina Milian and Karrueche Tran are the refreshing exception. Their connection is effortless, unforced, and filled with that easy kind of energy that says, "I've got you," whether the cameras are rolling or not. Both women have carved unique paths in the entertainment industry, Christina as a singer, actress, and entrepreneur, and Karrueche as a model-turned-Emmy-winning actress. Despite their busy lives and public profiles, they've built a friendship that thrives on shared values, mutual respect, and a whole lot of fun. Whether they're showing up at exclusive events, grabbing a casual bite to eat, or dancing the night away at a GQ party, their chemistry is undeniable. But it's not about glam for the gram, it's about being there, genuinely. They cheer each other on in every season of life, celebrating wins, offering support, and making space for laughter in between. What really sets their friendship apart is how down-to-earth it feels. There's no competition, no curated performance, just two women who truly enjoy each other's presence and bring out the best in one another. It's a sisterhood grounded in good vibes and real talk. Christina and Karrueche are proof that in an industry full of surface-level connections, you can still find that rare, ride-or-die friendship that feels like home. Their bond? Stylish, sincere, and here to stay. Janet Jackson and Yvette Nicole Brown. Some friendships begin with fame. Others begin with admiration, and blossom into something far deeper. That's the story of Janet Jackson and Yvette Nicole Brown. What started as a fan meeting her idol transformed into a heartfelt, lasting connection between two women who understand the power of kindness, vulnerability, and showing up when it matters most. Yvette, a self-professed lifelong fan of Janet, never imagined she'd one day call the pop icon a close friend. But when life dealt her a painful blow, the loss of her beloved mother, it was Janet who quietly stepped in. She reached out, not with grand gestures or celebrity flair, but with warmth, compassion, and support that Yvette says she'll never forget. It was that moment, when the cameras weren't rolling, that revealed Janet's true heart. And from there, the bond only deepened. Yvette has spoken openly about how Janet's generosity and authenticity helped her through one of the darkest periods of her life. And for Janet, who's known for her fiercely private nature, offering that kind of love wasn't about status, it was about soul. Their friendship is built on more than shared industry ties. It's grounded in grace, mutual admiration, and a quiet strength that speaks volumes without needing to shout. In each other, they found more than a friend, they found safe space. Janet and Yvette remind us that the most beautiful connections often begin in unexpected places, and that true friendship is defined not by how loudly it's broadcast, but by how deeply it's felt. Meghan Markle and Serena Williams. When Meghan Markle and Serena Williams met at a Super Bowl party in 2010, no one could have predicted the powerful sisterhood that would follow. One would go on to become a duchess, the other, one of the greatest athletes in history. But beyond the titles and trophies, these two women found something rare in each other, a bond built on mutual respect, shared ambition, and the courage to break barriers. Despite coming from vastly different worlds, Hollywood and professional sports, their friendship has flourished in the most grounded, authentic way. Meghan once wrote that their connection was forged not just over common interests like fashion and philanthropy, but over their shared desire to exceed expectations and defy norms. That energy has fueled them both, especially in times when the world seemed determined to tear them down. When Meghan married into the British royal family, Serena was right there in the front row, not just as a guest, but as a loyal friend who had stood by her through intense media scrutiny and life-altering change. And Meghan, in turn, has supported Serena on and off the court, cheering her victories and standing by her in defeat. Their friendship isn't about glitz or headlines, it's about having someone who gets it. Someone who understands the weight of public life, the sting of criticism, and the strength it takes to rise above. Together, Meghan and Serena show the world that real friendship among powerful women isn't just possible, it's essential. They've walked red carpets and shared private tears. They've inspired millions individually, but together, they remind us that behind every fierce woman, there's often another, just as fierce, holding her hand. Tyler, the creator, and A$AP Rocky. Tyler, the creator, and A$AP Rocky didn't start out as besties, but that's what makes their friendship so compelling. What began as a tension-filled rivalry in the early days of their careers slowly transformed into one of the most dynamic and respected bonds in modern hip-hop. And today, their connection is rooted in evolution, creativity, and brotherhood. At first, their crews didn't exactly see eye to eye. But as both artists matured and pushed boundaries in their respective lanes, something unexpected happened. They started recognizing the genius in each other. Tyler's wild, genre-blending artistry met Rocky's Harlem-born swagger and fashion-forward vision, and the result? Fire collaborations, real friendship, and undeniable chemistry. Their musical partnership took off with fan-favorite tracks like Telephone Calls and Potato Salad, but their connection runs deeper than studio sessions. Tyler has openly admitted they once had beef, but once they talked it out, it became clear, they weren't rivals, they were reflections. Each inspired the other to grow, to think differently, to challenge the rules of what rap could look and sound like. Off the mic, their friendship is just as vivid, joking around in interviews, traveling together, and constantly supporting one another's projects. Tyler's 2019 Instagram post thanking Rocky for being a part of my growth wasn't just a flex, it was a moment of emotional transparency rarely seen between male artists. Together, they represent a new era of hip-hop friendship, one that embraces vulnerability, creativity, and complexity. Tyler and Rocky didn't just bury the hatchet, they built a legacy. And in doing so, they've become one of the genre's most exciting and authentic duos. Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith. Before the fame, the red carpets, and the blockbuster roles, Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith were just two young women crossing paths in a Baltimore club, ambitious, talented, and unknowingly on the cusp of becoming lifelong friends. What started as a casual encounter quickly blossomed into a sisterhood that has endured decades of change, growth, and glittering success. Their friendship has been anything but ordinary. From co-starring in cult classic films like Set It Off to reuniting years later in the hit comedy Girls Trip, Latifah and Jada's on-screen chemistry is rooted in something far more personal: trust, love, and a history that runs deep. They've built each other up, laughed through the madness of the industry, and stood firm through life's curveballs. Despite their busy lives, juggling film sets, families, and public scrutiny, their friendship remains grounded and joyfully authentic. One of the most telling moments of their bond came in a birthday tribute where Latifah jokingly said Jada was one of the only people on this planet I'd press my hair for to hop on a Zoom call. It was funny, yes, but it also said everything. Their love is that real. What makes their connection special is that it's never been about fame. It's about showing up, year after year, as the world changes and they evolve. Through different eras of their careers, Latifah and Jada have always had each other's backs, no competition, just unconditional support. Together, they remind us that true friendship isn't about the limelight, it's about the light someone brings into your life. And for these two, that light has never dimmed. Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. When people think of iconic friendships, one name always rises to the top: Oprah and Gayle. For nearly 50 years, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King have embodied the kind of bond most of us only dream about: loyal, loving, and unshakably real. Their story began in 1976 when the two young journalists met while working at a local Baltimore news station, and they've been inseparable ever since. But this isn't just a friendship built on shared careers or convenience. It's rooted in deep emotional honesty, tireless support, and the kind of connection that weathers everything: heartbreak, triumph, motherhood, reinvention, and of course, fame. While Oprah soared to become a media mogul and cultural icon, Gayle was always right there, not in the shadows, but walking proudly beside her. They've shared more than just inside jokes and memories. They've shared life. From road trips to soul-searching conversations, they've built a relationship that Oprah has described as her chosen family. Gayle, meanwhile, has never been shy about her pride in Oprah's success. In a 2024 interview, she said she never gets tired of people asking about Oprah, because she's just that proud of who her best friend is. What sets them apart is the pure consistency of their love and presence. In a world that changes quickly, and a spotlight that can turn cold, Oprah and Gayle are still standing, still laughing, still loving like they always have. Their friendship is proof that forever friendships do exist, and that the greatest love stories aren't always romantic. Sometimes, they're two women who simply never let go. Tyann, T-Boz, Watkins and Rosanda, Chili, Thomas, TLC. When you think of iconic girl groups, TLC is always near the top. But beyond the chart-topping hits, the bold fashion, and the cultural influence lies a friendship that's just as legendary: the unbreakable bond between Tyann, T-Boz, Watkins and Rosanda, Chili, Thomas. More than just bandmates, these two women are soul sisters who've weathered decades of fame, loss, and personal transformation, together. Their story began in the early 90s, when three women, T-Boz, Chili, and the late Lisa "Left Eye" Lopez, formed a trio that would forever change the sound and spirit of R&B. While the world saw the fierce chemistry on stage, behind the scenes, T-Boz and Chili were forging a connection that would outlive record deals and media hype. After Left Eye's tragic death in 2002, their bond became even more vital. In grief, they leaned on each other. In healing, they rebuilt together. And through it all, they've remained fiercely loyal, not just to the group's legacy, but to each other. Decades later, they still tour, create, and laugh side by side, recently dropping their first album in over 10 years, proving their sisterhood is stronger than ever. T-Boz and Chili are more than music icons. They're living proof that when friendships are built on trust, respect, and shared dreams, they can survive anything. Through fame, family, heartbreak, and health struggles, they've shown up for each other again and again. Their harmony goes far beyond music. It's a rhythm of love, loyalty, and lifelong friendship. LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade. In the high-stakes world of professional sports, true friendship is rare, but the bond between LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Dwayne Wade is the exception. These three NBA legends didn't just build Hall of Fame-worthy careers, they built a brotherhood that's outlasted trades, championships, and even retirement. On and off the court, their connection has remained unshakable. Their story began as rising stars in the early 2000s. Drafted just months apart, they quickly became friendly rivals, but what started with competition soon grew into camaraderie. As they traveled together on Team USA, shared locker rooms, and faced off as opponents, respect turned into something deeper: family. Through personal milestones, marriage, fatherhood, business ventures, and professional highs and lows, they've always had each other's backs. LeBron has publicly said that Carmelo and D. Wade, along with Chris Paul, are the only people he truly considers close friends in the league. That says everything. And while their on-court moments are legendary, Wade and LeBron dominating in Miami, epic battles between Melo and the Heat, their real power lies in what happens beyond the buzzer. They support each other's passions, defend one another in the media, and share life's most meaningful moments together. What makes their friendship extraordinary is its resilience. It's easy to be friends when everything's going right, but these three have stood the test of time, proving that brotherhood forged in sweat, sacrifice, and shared ambition is one of the strongest bonds there is. Together, they're not just athletes, they're a symbol of what loyalty looks like in a world that often forgets it. Kandi Burruss and Tamika "Tiny" Harris. Before reality shows, Grammy wins, and entrepreneurial empires, there was Xscape, a 90s R&B group powered by raw talent and even realer friendship. At the heart of that legacy stand Kandi Burruss and Tamika "Tiny" Harris, two women who turned studio sessions into sisterhood, and harmonies into history. Their bond began as teens navigating the music industry's highs and heartbreaks together. As co-writers and performers, they didn't just sing side by side, they built dreams together, penning iconic hits like "No Scrubs" and pushing each other to shine in and outside the spotlight. But their connection didn't fade when the group took a break, it grew even stronger. Years later, when they reunited at the 2017 Essence Festival for the first time in over a decade, it wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about celebrating a friendship that had weathered time, change, and the chaos of fame. And whether it's supporting each other's families, showing up for new ventures, or just clowning around like no time has passed, their love remains loud and clear. Kandi and Tiny's relationship is the definition of "been through it." From raising families to running businesses, they've evolved in their own lanes while still keeping that ride-or-die connection intact. There's no pretense between them, just honesty, trust, and a bond that goes way beyond the mic. Together, they've proven that real friends don't just make music, they make moments, movements, and memories that last a lifetime. Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What happens when the world's most charismatic action star links up with comedy's most relentless powerhouse? You get Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a dynamic duo whose friendship is as genuine as it is hilarious. While their on-screen chemistry in films like Jumanji and Central Intelligence has left audiences in stitches, it's their off-screen bond that makes them one of Hollywood's most beloved pairings. From roasting each other on talk shows to trading jabs on social media, their playful rivalry is legendary. But beneath the jokes lies something more meaningful, a brotherhood built on deep respect, loyalty, and shared values. Kevin often refers to their connection as something way deeper than bromance, and The Rock has echoed that sentiment, calling Kevin one of the most important people in his life. Their friendship thrives because of their differences. Kevin's fast-talking wit perfectly complements Dwayne's calm strength. But it's their shared hustle, discipline, and dedication to uplifting others that truly align them. Whether supporting each other's projects or standing together through personal trials, they've always shown up when it matters. And while they love to clown each other in public, there's never any doubt about the depth of their respect. Kevin has praised Dwayne for his work ethic and authenticity, while The Rock has gone out of his way to highlight Kevin's resilience and heart. They may play it for laughs, but make no mistake, this is a friendship built on real trust and unshakable brotherhood. In a town where friendships are often fleeting, Kevin and Dwayne remind us that sometimes, the best partnerships are the ones built on laughter, loyalty, and always having each other's back, no matter what. Lala Anthony and Kelly Rowland. Some friendships are born in the spotlight, but the bond between Lala Anthony and Kelly Rowland was built in the spaces between, the quiet moments, the milestones, the real-life highs and lows that happen far away from the cameras. What they share isn't just celebrity connection, it's a deep, enduring sisterhood rooted in trust, grace, and unwavering support. Lala has been right beside Kelly through some of life's most intimate chapters, including the birth of her son, where she stood not as a guest, but as family. That kind of presence says everything. It's the quiet loyalty that never needs to be announced, yet is always felt. Though they each shine brightly in their own right, Kelly as an R&B icon and Lala as an actress and media personality, their friendship isn't about industry clout or red carpet appearances. It's about emotional presence. The kind of friendship where you can celebrate the wins, cry through the losses, and never doubt for a second who's in your corner. Their connection radiates authenticity, and fans have often noted how natural and unforced their energy is together. Whether they're sharing laughs in candid moments or standing strong during life's tougher scenes, Kelly and Lala are a true example of what it means to show up. In an industry where friendships can feel transactional, theirs is a beautiful reminder that real ones exist, rooted in love, not likes. Together, they prove that fame fades, trends change, but genuine sisterhood? That lasts forever. Lizzo and SZA. When Lizzo and SZA step into a room together, the energy shifts, it's vibrant, soulful, and completely magnetic. These two modern queens of R&B and self-love have cultivated a friendship that radiates authenticity, empowerment, and mutual admiration. It's not just about sharing stages or award show selfies, it's about sharing space, emotionally and artistically, in a world that often pits women against each other. Their bond was beautifully on display during the 2024 Grammy Awards, when Lizzo proudly presented SZA with the award for Best R&B Song. The two embraced with genuine joy, squealing with pride, and beaming like sisters who'd both just won. That moment wasn't rehearsed, it was real. A celebration of friendship as much as it was a career milestone. What makes their connection so refreshing is its balance of lightness and depth. Lizzo, with her infectious confidence and radiant energy, brings joy and encouragement to every room she enters. SZA, with her introspective lyrics and emotional rawness, provides grounding and heart. Together, they complement one another like harmony to melody. Beyond the glam and music, their friendship is rooted in real-world support. They uplift one another on social media, in interviews, and behind the scenes, always rooting for the other's success as if it were their own. That kind of bond is rare in any industry, but especially in one known for cutthroat competition. Lizzo and SZA remind us that when powerful women stand together instead of apart, everyone wins. Their friendship is a love song to sisterhood, bold, honest, and deeply, unapologetically beautiful. Tisha Campbell and Takina Arnold. Before they became sitcom legends on Martin, Tisha Campbell and Takina Arnold were already building a friendship that would outlast fame, divorce, and every twist Hollywood could throw their way. Meeting as teens while auditioning in New York City, the two hit it off instantly, and what followed has been over 4 decades of unfiltered laughter, shared struggles, and soul-deep loyalty. Their chemistry on screen was undeniable, but what made it work so well was that it was real. Off camera, they weren't just co-stars, they were, and still are, each other's family. Through marriages, motherhood, heartbreaks, and reinvention, Tisha and Takina have stood by one another like sisters. No matter the season, they've remained each other's biggest cheerleaders and softest landings. They've also made vulnerability cool. In interviews and appearances, the two don't sugarcoat their journeys. They talk openly about the tough times, the private tears, and the strength it takes to keep showing up, not just for the world, but for each other. That honesty has made their friendship not only admirable, but relatable. Whether it's late-night phone calls, joint projects, or just cracking each other up until they cry, the love between them runs deep and unwavering. Their friendship is built on shared history, unwavering trust, and a rhythm only true best friends have. Tisha and Takina are living proof that when you grow together, through fame, failure, and everything in between, you don't just survive, you thrive. And if you're lucky, you get to laugh your way through it all with your best friend by your side. LaToya Luckett and Eudoxie Bridges. LaToya Luckett and Eudoxie Bridges may come from different corners of the spotlight, one a former Destiny's Child member turned actress, the other a philanthropist and the wife of rapper Ludacris, but their friendship is a shining example of how two powerful women can uplift each other through every chapter of life. What started as a casual connection quickly grew into something much deeper. Over the years, LaToya and Eudoxie have stood beside each other through marriages, motherhood, and personal transformations. They show up not just for the celebrations, but for the sacred, quiet moments too. When Eudoxie was expecting, LaToya, ever the thoughtful friend, teamed up with Monica to throw her a heartfelt baby shower, proving that sisterhood is in the details. Their bond goes beyond industry events and public appearances. It's built on mutual faith, shared values, and a genuine desire to see each other win. Both women are known for their strength and grace, and in each other, they've found someone who understands the balance of ambition and vulnerability. What makes their friendship special is its foundation in consistency. They don't just post birthday tributes, they walk through life hand in hand, choosing to support and protect each other's peace behind the scenes. Their connection is one of authenticity in a world that often prizes image over intimacy. LaToya and Eudoxie remind us that true friendship isn't always loud, it's steady, sacred, and steadfast. And when it's real, like theirs, it becomes a quiet force that helps both women rise. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. When Bad Boys hit theaters in 1995, it wasn't just the explosive action or slick comedy that grabbed audiences, it was the undeniable chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. What began as a casting win turned into one of Hollywood's most enduring friendships, a bond that has only grown stronger across 3 decades of laughter, legacy, and loyalty. Both men were already stars in their own right, Will dominating with The Fresh Prince and a rising film career, Martin reigning in stand-up and on Martin. But when they teamed up as Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett, something clicked. Their on-screen banter was electric, but what made it stick was the real-life friendship brewing behind the scenes. Over the years, they've stayed close through career highs and personal challenges. Whether it's navigating public controversies, evolving their brands, or supporting one another through major life moments, Will and Martin have always shown up for each other. There's no ego between them, just mutual respect, genuine affection, and the kind of loyalty that doesn't fade with fame. Their reunion in Bad Boys for Life wasn't just nostalgic fan service, it was a celebration of a bond that has stood the test of time. And with Bad Boys 4 on the horizon, their connection feels as fresh and unshakable as ever. In a business where friendships often fizzle once the cameras stop rolling, Will and Martin prove that brotherhood, built on trust and shared experience, can be just as iconic as any blockbuster. They're not just bad boys for life, they're best friends for life. Terry Ellis and Holly Robinson Peete. In an industry where friendships often flicker under the spotlight, the bond between Terry Ellis and Holly Robinson Peete has quietly stood the test of time. What began years ago on the set of Hanjin with Mr. Cooper blossomed into a deep, unwavering connection that goes far beyond shared screen time or industry ties. Terry, the powerhouse vocalist from the legendary group En Vogue, and Holly, a beloved actress and fierce advocate, come from different corners of entertainment. But their hearts align perfectly, grounded, loyal, and always rooted in purpose. Over the years, their friendship has been a steady source of strength, not just through professional milestones, but through life's most personal transitions, raising families, navigating fame, and pushing through adversity. They've supported each other through it all, whether behind the scenes or in the spotlight. From cheering one another on at events to lending quiet support during challenging times, their connection is that rare kind of sisterhood that doesn't need grand gestures to prove its worth, it just is. What makes Terry and Holly's friendship so beautiful is how natural it feels. There's no performance, no pretense, just two women who have built a relationship on shared values, genuine care, and decades of trust. In an environment where connections often fade as quickly as they form, theirs is a glowing reminder that the best friendships don't always need headlines, they just need heart. Together, they've shown that when the lights dim and the audience goes home, real sisterhood stays. And in the case of Terry and Holly, it shines just as brightly behind the scenes. Solange Knowles and Janelle Monáe. Solange Knowles and Janelle Monáe are more than creative visionaries, they're kindred spirits. In an industry often dominated by competition and conformity, These two artists have forged a friendship rooted in authenticity, artistry, and a deep respect for each other's radical individuality. It's not just about music or aesthetics, it's about soul connection. Their bond goes beyond the surface. When Solange asked Janelle to be part of her intimate New Orleans wedding, it wasn't just a celebrity invite, it was a declaration of family. It showed that theirs is not a friendship built for the cameras, but one that lives in real life, in sacred spaces, and in personal moments that matter. Both women are trailblazers in their own right, Solange, with her genre-defying sound and unapologetic cultural statements, Janelle, with her Afro-futuristic style and boundary-pushing performances. Together, they amplify each other's brilliance, not by competing, but by coexisting in mutual admiration and artistic freedom. They've championed each other's work, supported each other's growth, and reflected a rare kind of creative sisterhood, one that embraces vulnerability, celebrates Black womanhood, and defies traditional boxes. Their friendship is soft but powerful, quiet but influential, personal yet deeply symbolic to those who see themselves in their journey. Solange and Janelle remind us that the most meaningful connections often come from shared purpose and fearless self-expression. Their bond isn't loud, it's luminous. And together, they are proof that when two visionaries meet at the intersection of heart and art, something transcendent happens. Teyana Taylor and Lori Harvey. Teyana Taylor and Lori Harvey are the definition of modern-day it girls, but beneath the glamour, red carpets, and headline-making looks is a real friendship grounded in mutual respect, authenticity, and unwavering support. These two powerful women move through the spotlight with poise and confidence, but what sets them apart is the bond they share off stage, away from the cameras. Teyana, a multi-talented artist known for her fearless creativity, and Lori, a fashion icon and entrepreneur in her own right, have been close long before the world started watching. From courtside hangs to Fashion Week appearances, they're often seen side by side, but their connection goes far deeper than public moments. They've built a friendship that feels like sisterhood, full of trust, laughter, and encouragement. Whether they're hyping each other up on social media or having real conversations behind closed doors, Teyana and Lori are each other's safe space in an industry that often rewards superficiality. Their dynamic is warm and empowering, with both women lifting one another instead of competing, a refreshing narrative in the entertainment world. What makes their friendship magnetic is the balance they bring. Teyana's bold, unapologetic energy complements Lori's cool, composed elegance. Together, they're not just trendsetters, they're trailblazers for a generation that values loyalty and individuality. Teyana and Lori prove that real friendships in Hollywood do exist, and that the strongest bonds are the ones that flourish both in the spotlight and in silence. In every photo and every vibe, their sisterhood shines through. True friendship is a rare gem, especially in the spotlight. But as we've seen through these powerful connections, some bonds go beyond fame, fortune, and red carpets. From lifelong sisters to ride-or-die brothers, these 30 Black celebrities have shown us what loyalty, love, and support truly look like. Their stories aren't just inspiring, they're a reminder that the best relationships are built on trust, not trends. Which celebrity friendship moved you the most? Do you have a favorite duo? Or maybe one we didn't mention that deserves the spotlight? Let us know in the comments below, we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you want more unforgettable stories celebrating Black excellence and iconic moments in pop culture, make sure to subscribe to Legends of Black Excellence and join our community. Your support means everything.